Over the years, my brother and I have built a lot of electric vehicles.
Whoa! Watch out!
And through the good and bad, we've acquired quite the collection of parts. So for no reason at all, we're going to build the world's fastest tandem bike. To start this project, Colby and I went to Goodwill and found an old bike that was perfect. Wheelie!
Oh!
Let's go! Now I know this bike is super old and ugly, but it has one thing going for it that makes it way better than the new bikes. A steel frame. Whoa!
Right.
Because this bike had a steel frame, we could weld it, which basically means we can cut it in half and attach it to another bike that was also made of steel. Alright, so this bar right here is going to be what connects this bike to the other bike. We have to make sure it's perfectly straight though, that way the pedals are at the same height off the ground. After we connected that pole, it was then time to grab the second bike, which we didn't have much of left, and attach it to the frame. We also had to make sure that the angle and height of the second seat matched the first seat perfectly. Then we could go ahead and attach the back wheel. Now we need one bar that goes from here all the way to there. Building the frame looks pretty easy on the time-lapse camera, but we were staring at this picture the entire time trying to get it right. And on this tandem bike, it had a bar going from the front all the way down to the back. It looked awesome, so we wanted to copy it. Yeah. Oh, dude, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, now we're gonna continue this bar.
No way.
Oh,
Wow.
it fits like that? Dude, we're getting good at this. With our bike frame looking just like the one in the picture, the one question I have is, can it actually hold and support 400 pounds of human? We're gonna sit on it. Ready?
Yeah.
Yes, it can.
Go, 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 go.
Now we just gotta put on the pedals, and we're gonna test this thing out. Our chain had to be so long that we actually linked together 3 different bike chains to make it work. All right, we're finally ready to test this bike out. Think we can do a wheelie?
I think we can.
Neither of us have ever done this before, so it's gonna be interesting.
There might be a learning curve here.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Shit. What?
I can't steer.
Tricky.
This is tricky.
Okay, now you start pedaling. Go, go, go.
Wow.
Whoa. This feels fast.
Oh my gosh.
As soon as Colby started pedaling with me, the bike felt like it took off. This is working, dude.
It's crazy.
We built a working tandem bike.
It's totally working right now.
In fact, together we were doing an effortless 20 miles per hour.
I'm totally getting it though.
It's working! But as cool as our bike was, it's not hard to see that it's far from the world's fastest. So this thing's doing great, but if we're going to go faster, we need bigger gears. Like these. Luckily for us, we have a friend right down the road who owns his own machine shop, and he was able to cut out some massive aluminum sprockets for us. This will enable us to pedal at like 70 miles per hour. Something you may not know about me is I take my health very, very seriously. I eat right, I run, I work out all the time for the last 10 years. That's why I'm really excited to introduce the sponsor of this video, Element. Element is a sports drink that helps me stay hydrated by giving me the electrolytes I need, like potassium, sodium, and magnesium. It fits!
Dude, it's nice!
Yes!
Yes!
The great thing about these is it gives you all those electrolytes without all the sugar and a bunch of other junk you find in regular sports drinks. Whenever I run, work out, or even work all day, I mix up an Element pack in my water where I can get all the electrolytes back, which helps me from getting my back cramped up, which happens a lot, and even getting headaches sometimes. Keep in mind, this is just one chain, and it doesn't even go halfway. They also have a ton of flavors, but the one I love the most, easily watermelon salt. They also have the chocolate medley, and the cool thing about those is they're meant to be hot, so you can add them to coffee or other recipes. I personally don't drink coffee, but my wife and my dad do a lot. But you need to get them soon because the chocolate medley is only here for a limited time. Meanwhile, on our bike, we had a problem with the chain being too loose. So we got an old gear we could use as a tensioner. This would help keep the chain from popping off while we were pedaling. Also, everyone who clicks my link, drinklmnt.com/Chay, can get a free sample pack that contains one of every single flavor they make with any purchase you make. And if you don't love it, they'll give you your money back, no questions asked. Anyways, I think they're a great company and I love their product, so please check them out, guys, and thank you to Element for sponsoring this video. Now that we have the new giant gears on, I can show you just how much faster it is than the old ones. If you compare that to Colby spinning the wheel with the old gears, there's a big difference. Needless to say, we are pretty excited to finally try these out. All right, first try with the new sprockets. Let's see how this goes. 3, 2, 1, go. Help me pedal, help me pedal.
I'm pedaling. Okay.
Let's try that again. So it wasn't really any surprise to us, but we couldn't move the bike from a dead stop. Like, we could barely get it going. On a bike, if you make the gear attached to the pedals bigger, the wheel will spin faster. But there's a trade-off. You have much less turning force. When Colby and I got a running start down a slight hill, we were actually able to sustain about 15 miles per hour fairly easily.
Look, it's working.
Even on the flat roads, once we got moving, we could keep it moving pretty good. But the moment we slowed down below 10 miles per hour, we could not get it moving again. Just look how slow our feet are turning. That's why we have this electric motor on here. It'll kind of get us started where we can add power to it when we're going like 60 miles per hour. So to test out the electric motor and make sure it all worked, I temporarily strapped in the battery where we can get a proof of concept. Well, it's not pretty, but we're going to test it out and see if it works. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Right away we were able to get going where we could start pedaling and adding our human power. Okay, so the motor gets us going pretty good. Let's just coast for a minute. Oh, you want to try pedaling too?
Yeah, let's pedal.
Oh, it's still,
wow.
It's not even fast enough. Since the bike wasn't all the way done, we didn't want to go too fast, but we could tell we needed to go faster in order for our pedals to make a difference. Once we got going a little faster though, we could actually add a good bit of power. Okay, so obviously this bike works, but it's nowhere near in shape for a top speed run. The first and most important thing we need are good brakes. The front end of this bike doesn't exactly scream speed, and if you notice, there's no place for disc brakes on this wheel. So, we got this one to replace it. When Colby and I are on the bike, the whole thing weighs 550 pounds. That's 40 pounds more than this sports bike. That's a lot of weight to hold up and slow down, which is why we're completely redesigning the front end. We built these forks that are going to go on the bike just like that. It's starting to look like a race bike. For extra stopping power, we also added 2 brakes instead of 1 on the front wheel. Yep. On a normal bike, this will be plenty. But this isn't a normal bike, so we're gonna have 2 brakes. Dude, look at that.
It's gonna be crazy, dude.
We have 2 brakes. After our front brakes were working, Colby and I got rid of the rest of that ugly blue paint that came on the bike. Then we stripped it down to the frame where we could paint it. We're gonna paint it blue, like we paint everything. What did you just do?
I don't know why I did that.
When this bike is done, we'll be doing 2 speed runs. One with just the electric motor to see how fast that gets us, and then the second one with the electric motor and us pedaling to see how good our sprockets work. With our bike put together, it was finally time to figure out how to mount the battery without an ugly strap. Because the sprockets are so big, the only place we could put the battery is on the very back of the bike. It won't look perfect, but it'll be out of the way, which is most important. So I welded up a rectangular platform for a metal tray to sit in. That's what's going to hold our battery and keep it from sliding around. Okay, there's no hiding it, there's no getting around it. That battery's huge, but it should give this bike about 75 miles of range, so kind of worth it. Today is the day where we're going to take this bike as fast as we can. This is going to consist of 2 speed runs. One run with just the electric motor, and then the second run with the electric motor and us pedaling to see if these big sprockets are going to do anything. This is our speed test with just the motor. 3, 2, 1. All right, that's 10, 20. Right away, the acceleration was pretty good, considering me, Colby, and the bike weigh 550 pounds. 35! Come on! 39, 40! And because we're not pedaling at all, I was very impressed that the motor could get us both this fast. 43! 43! All right! Whew. Now, let's see what it does with pedals, dude.
Yeah.
The moment of truth. How fast can these giant gears make this bike go? 3, 2, 1, go! There's 10, 20. Oh my God, it's helping, 30. The pedals were helping us accelerate much faster, but this gear ratio is insane. Every time my foot makes one lap, our bike travels about 50 feet. 35, 40. Right now we're at the current top speed of just the motor alone, so every bit faster we go now is all from the pedals. But because we were pedaling so fast, the bike was getting a little hard to control. I can't look anymore. And for just a second, we hit 51 miles per hour. We hit 50! We hit 50! We did it! That's an 8 mile per hour increase from the sprockets. 50 miles per hour on a tandem bike. I'm gonna be honest, I thought we'd be able to go a little faster than that. We only added 7 miles per hour, and I thought we were pedaling so hard, dude.
Yeah, we were.
Will we ever go that fast on it again? No. No, that was it. Thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see you next time. We're going to build the world's fastest tandem bike. Let's build a bike. But if we're going to go fast, we're gonna need, Come on! Oh my God, it's not coming off, Colby. What were you thinking?
I don't know.
Just 2 bros on a bike.
2 dudes on a bike.